Well, as you'll have noticed, this week's episode is in 3D, as a sort of reference to things like Avatar, but using techniques that were old hat by Jaws 3. Which means you lucky people have the chance to see me in all my sticky out glory. So long as you've remembered to get the specs they're giving away with that shampoo. Timotei, I think it is. If you haven't, never mind. Here you go. Oh! Were you fooled? Thanks to the futuristic magic of 3D, did it take you a millisecond longer than it otherwise would have done to realise that, in fact, of course, I'm still on a screen, so I can't pass you or throw you anything, and that if you didn't get your free goggles with your Pan 10, you're stuffed? What fun! No, I don't understand the attraction of 3D. It's not just a gimmick, but a gimmick that distracts from the story when it's badly done, and even when it's impressive, its very impressiveness yanks you out of the world you're supposed to be immersed in, as you stop to admire it. Why do filmmakers suppose we want to think the action is happening around us? Are they trying to distract us from narrative weaknesses by trying to persuade us it's all real, happening live before our eyes? Because if they ever succeeded, surely we'd be totally freaked out in all the exciting bits and irritated in the talky bits when we discover that none of these enormous people will deign to respond to us when we try to join in with our own helpful thoughts about how to divert the asteroid or come to terms with the uncle's addiction to canaster. Well, we'd say to each other on the way home, I enjoyed what I thought was going to be a film, but in fact turned out to be an hour and a half of entering an alternative reality. But I tell you what, that giant secret agent is so rude. I tried to get chatting with him 4 or 5 times, but he just blanked me completely and carried on defusing his stupid bomb. No, we're well aware films aren't real, and we're also skilled at ignoring that knowledge and electing to believe in the big blue woman, without needing to fool our vision center into thinking that if we reached out, we could cop a feel of Big Blue Knocker. After all, we've had 3D in the visual arts for thousands of years. It's called sculpture, and it's usually been less popular than painting. Perhaps because people ultimately like the artist to make as much of the decision about how we consume the art as possible. After all, he or she is the artist. Deciding what to show and how to show it is very much their job. How many people, when appreciating Michelangelo's David, wander around the back of it? And how many people appreciating the Mona Lisa are disappointed that they can't? So stuff 3D and all other manifestations of interactivity in art. Now take off those idiotic looking glasses and go and have a lovely relaxing Herbal Essences bath.